And I'm also screaming too with sewing on wheels at the same time. So today I'm gonna show y'all how to take simple 2.5 inch squares like this and turn them into blocks for quilts. And I already have my seam allowance foot on that'll keep me from going over my seam allowance and keep me on track. And I'm gonna just start with what I have here. Okay, I want to make sure they is cut the way that I need them cut. So this one got a little wonky edge. I won't use that one. And I'm gonna set it here on my lap since I'm use a chain piece technique. Whereas I put one together, let it down, and sew. Grab another. And I'm going to go back and show y'all the seams and stuff. Mm, that kind of want to get tied down. Bundled up and get tied down. Alright. I'm going to do this like 2, 4, 6, maybe 8 of them. Then we'll go from these first few eights. They don't all have to be the same color. 2, did I miss one? All right. Line it up. My all right. I'm gonna cut my thread right there. Take my little snippy scissors here. Cut my thread. You know what? I ain't supposed to cut the thread. What I'm trying to do is show y'all this seam. Can y'all see that seam allowance on there? That's a 1/4 inch seam allowance guided by the foot that I have on here. That's a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to press my seam open and I'm going to use my wooden seam press here. I have a wooden seam press here. I'm going to use this and open that seam up. And I prefer to press my seams open. You can choose to do yours as you desire. You can press them to the left or press them to the right. It really don't matter. You just want to make sure they nest when you sew them together. And I'm going to show you what I mean when I say nesting the seam. Let me get all these pressed open and then I can move on. And I have my iron hot. I'm just not using it right this moment. Okay. Now, I was cutting my seams apart, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do because the way I want these to lay won't be the way they was chain pieced it. So now with opposites, you put right sides together. Let me see, can I turn this screen? Close your eyes a minute here. So don't make no one dizzy. Okay, that's a better. I'm putting right sides together, and in the process of putting these right sides together, I'm lining my seams up to nest. And this is what I call nesting. You make sure your seams join correctly. And once you get those nests together, you can put them under your machine foot and sew that together. And by my foot, I already have the guide on it, so I don't go over my seam allowance. And most of these Jukies come with these feet that comes with the kit. Okay. I see strings. I don't know why strings hanging through here. Let me show y'all. I haven't pressed this open yet, but this is what we get. This is the block we get. It lines it up in the center. And I'm going to go ahead, take my wooden press, and press this seam open. Because that's what works for me. And I really like pressing my seams open. My reason for it is because I don't have the bulkiness. When quilting the quilts, you can feel that sometimes. If the fabric ain't the same type of fabric, you will definitely feel the difference. If you have a different type of fabric, then I would suggest you just press that seam open. And this is how I did it. Press it open. All right, I'm going to continue to connect. Let me set my little box to the side right there. Okay. With the same squares I'm working on, right sides together, but with the black facing where it would give me like a checkerboard effect design. Can you see that? So the main thing I'm going to do here is check my seam again to make sure it's nesting line to line. You want to just make sure the seam is on point or right. And once you get the seams lined up, go ahead and sew those together as well. Now, many people use the technique that is called welt piecing. And welt piecing is a great method to help you to stay on course. So you won't forget that you need to line your lines up, and it'll help you line them up too. Hi, Sandra K. Quilts and Sew. And hi, Kathy Quilts and Crafts. Hello, welcome everyone. She said, I will have to watch the replay. Okay, thank you, Sandra. Miss Kathy said, hello, Ellen. You have a great day. Oh, thank you. You have a great one too, Miss Kathy. All right. See how that comes out? These things is still, some people call it put it on point. It's not exactly putting it on point, but in a way it is. So I'm going to go ahead and wooden press this seam open. And I suggest to anyone, if you don't like running back and forward to your iron to press it open, you know, just for the small blocks, get you a wooden press. And I just hope I don't get in trouble, but you know, I got mine from Quilt. She do have a website called tquilt.com. And if she still have these, you can order these from her website. I love them. They great to use. I even got the ones with the little wheels on them somewhere too. I try to keep my things in a little caddy close to me, but y'all know how that work out sometime. The last one, I'm putting it on, lining up my seams to nest, and I checks it, cause sometimes these seams will close up on you, fold over, and I just want to make sure I take my time and nest this seam like it should be. Get it under here and get started. And I'm holding my seam down so it don't flip. Now, I don't know how long you've been sewing, but I have experienced the seams flipping on you. And that's not a good feeling when you didn't want it to go like that. All right. Press this one open. Let's get this pressed open. Now, I remind you, this is just one of the scripts here. And I kind of rubbed it because I didn't put the hard iron on it yet. But look at there. A complete piece. Now, it's not a complete block yet. I just lay this one to the side. And I start with some more. Chain piecing it, run it through. Get me 4 different blocks created here. Which it will give you sort of like a scrappy look. You mix up the colors a little bit. And these are some blocks I already had cut, ready to go. So I said I'm going to use them. I like this pretty with the orange on it too. Put them right sides together. And the texture on this fabric I'm putting on here now is different from the texture I have laid out first. And they both is cotton. They both are a cotton fabric, but one is a sort of like thicker, heavier cotton, like upholstery cotton or blue jean cotton. It's a little heavier like that. And this is one of the reasons I press my seams open. Okay. Now, run them through. Don't cut no thread. And this is what we call web piecing. Okay, that's the 4. Now, in web piecing, you just take the designs you have and put right sides together and sew them up. But I don't want it like that because then all the same color fabric will be sewn together. There is another way I could have did it, but I didn't want to do that just yet. And this can be so much fun. Just relaxing. Matter of fact, I'm sitting here talking to y'all and my headache went away. That's a good thing. I don't know how long it'll be gone, but I had a small headache, so I thank the Lord for that. Pressing these seams open. And it's many different techniques you can use. Like if you got a pretty cotton fabric you want to use, and then you have some knit fabric. I'm old school, y'all. I'm telling you, I done did some of it all. You can use that knit fabric. And I line up my seams. But when I line up my seams and my blocks are a little off on the edges, that's okay because you could trim that up, resize your blocks. The main thing is to keep your seams nested. And see, I got one to fold it over, and I'm just gonna politely and snip that so it'll go right back over. I do it like that when I don't want to rip it apart. And these just gonna be an orphan block for me, so okay, I'm gonna have to iron that one with the hot iron and trim this side. It got an SS hanging over. Let me hit this with the iron right quick if it's still on. Got any heat to it? Mm. The steam come through this iron. Do not play, y'all. And this a regular Walmart Hamilton Beach iron. And I like it. Seem like the simpler the iron is, the better it works for me. Okay. Trying to hold these seams open with that hot steam. That's a job too. Okay. Got it done. See the difference? See the difference? Now I have to continue. Press the seams open and add them to this strip piece here. All right, I might as well press this one on open too. That way I have this part out the way. And you just keep going and going till you get it the size you want. Line up your center to nest, and the rest of it just falls in line. Falls in line. Slide it under. I have so many projects I want to start on and just got them sitting waiting. Hold that seam open so it don't flip and keep sewing. All right. Get this one. Pressed open here. I gotta get me some more of these little wooden press kits here. I actually had 3 sets of these, and I gave my daughter one that sews, so she'll have something to use and when she piecing quilts or something. All right. See how that center line lines up, and it just helps keeps everything lines up a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead and add this 4th strip piece, right sides together, nest the seams, and you just want to make sure you can get your seams lined it up. I want to make sure they stay open as well. It nests better. When it folds, it creates a boat. All right. Press this one open. I wanted to show y'all what they call web piecing. But maybe that one will be for another day. But my favorite way of putting these little blocks together like this, you know you want them to be a 2.5-inch block set. My favorite way of doing this is to use strips, your 2.5-inch strips, and lower your stitches where you get more stitch per inch in your 1-inch space, and go for it. So now I put these two here together, right sides together, and I nest up my first seam here. Sometimes I just go on and nest up the second one too. I do that so they all lines up. But as I'm looking, they all still lining up. And from one seam, I pause and go to the next one. All right. Get me a little heat to iron this one out. All right. And yes, I take my time and put my finger up here, or get you a chopstick or something to help with the steam, and press these seams right on open. Ow! Okay, I need the chopstick. Had me sounding like a little cat right there. Like I said, meow, but that was out. This steam ain't playing no, it ain't playing no joke. I'm gonna have to use this to get it open, and then add some steam after I get it pressed open. Ain't no need to keep burning me. Is something going on outside? I hear some noise. Shoot. A couple of days ago, I was hearing shooting. And I'm like, okay, I ain't used to this here. It's time for something different. All right. All these things nest, press open. And once you get done, you can just get it big as you want to now. Just cause you can figure out if you want a 9 patch or 16 patch or this, this right here is 16 itself, and you can see it that it could use some trimming on around to square it up, as well as this way they could use some trimming, and it's not bad. You can make it 24 block squares if you wanna, which that ain't bad. I could make me a few 24 blocks patch and trim them up and sew them all together and put it in the quilt. It could be the centerpiece of a quilt. And sometimes I take pieces like this and I save them to do centerpieces of a quilt. And then I would come back and add something like, remember the postcards, quilted postcards? You can take something like that and add it on, applique it on. But you don't want to have all these different colors and then add something you can't make it out, okay? You want to get something that's going to stand out vivid, like, okay, I don't have any close by. But just like that continent of Africa, that little what you call it, the shape of Africa I had, you could do so many of these, and you can take a solid piece of black fabric or brown fabric and cut out that continent of Africa. And once you put it on here with all these colors, that neutral brown or that neutral black is just gonna make it pop out. You can actually see what's going on. And I'm gonna sew some more of these. Now this time, if I can remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. I want to use some of the same color, well, texture fabric, really. And web piecing is a good Halloween get you to moving kind of thing. Wow, that threw me off, y'all. My nurse is with me today, and I was listening to her phone, playing one of my gospel songs. And it caught me off guard. I kind of jumped. All right. Okay. For web piecing, it's gonna go a little like this. You don't cut your thread. You just keep pushing it under until you have all your squares lined it up. Okay, that's 4. So I cut my thread. Now you don't cut the threads that have them all chained together, but you can turn them over. Take your wooden press and press these seams open. I'm doing this in real time, y'all, so everything you see and get here is real. I have tried doing the speed them up, speed the video up once you get it recorded, and it have worked for me before, but y'all, I forgot how to do it. So I'm gonna have to work at that too. But this original stuff, it's just something you don't forget about it. I've been sewing for over 51 years now. And I enjoyed it so much. Y'all just don't know. Y'all really don't know. The things and stuff I done been through in life, so sewing has really brought me great peace in doing it. So, all right. Since I got my seams cut, pressed open, you just go ahead and add. Oh, if I can pick it up. Go ahead and add another block. And I'm going to add them till I get them like 4 deep. And that just means 4 counts. If I don't stick my finger under here, y'all, before I can get this done, that would be awful painful. And yes, I have sewn my finger before. It took it 3 months to heal up. So that means I never forget that. All right. That's 4. I just turn it over again. Turn it kind of sideways here and press these seams open. That's all you do. You just leave it hanging and swagging and um, mm, just let it flow and press the seams open. I have 1 more row to go and press the seams open, and then when I put it together, you'll see it come together like a little speedy block. Let's see here. I'll be getting an appointment soon too, y'all. I gotta go back to my regular eye doctor for a checkup. And I'm going to get that eye examination. But I also will be going to a specialist eye specialist due to the tumor problem I got going on. But y'all just don't know it ain't fun if you can't see. I mean, no enjoyment whatsoever. I used to just sit down and make up these little blocks and have them just sitting up already made. But I ain't been able to do it like that since my health been on a decline. Still putting right sides together. And this this guide on this presser foot really do helps, but most of the time I don't even use it. I don't even use it because my uh platform here on the top have the marking lines in it. Oh, hello. Um, I've been missing my chat. Hi, Sabrina, Suburban Gardening. Welcome in. Hi, is that I can't make that out. It's Malika growing up. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. She said, I know what it's like sewing for a long time. All right. You know, we can become good friends, talk about some sewing. Okay, I see another. Hi, welcome in. Is that Tamara? Welcome in. Hi. Okay, I need to press these all things open, which I'm just gonna do it like I did the last time and press these on open here. And I'm just stopping at a few of them, but you can go on and do like 24 of them like this if you wanna. If you wanna make it in large blocks. And you're gonna see in a minute by the thread kind of holding it in place, kind of make it easier to nest. And let me give a shout out to Tiffany Quilting Life, y'all, cause I watch her do this, and I'm giving credit where credit is due. And from maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I used to love sewing, watching with her, and she would watch my channel some, and her and T Quilts, all of us was just sewing, watching one another, asking questions, learning, grow, and just continue to show and help other people. That's all it is. See that, y'all? All right, now with the thread hanging together, you just fold it down like this. Fold it like this. That gonna leave right sides together. And it's just gonna connect all of these back like they one piece of cloth, like a big strip. You see that? It's gonna put it back like it's a big piece of strip. But if I sit here and take it loose, which everything in my head said take it loose. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to welt piece it. But I was showing y'all if you want to welt piece, that's how it go, and that's what you do. And it pays if you don't use the same color. Like if the first piece purple, you get another piece to go down a different color. Making scrappy quilts and they all just fall in place like a glove. I hope I'm saying your name right, Matika. I can't really make it out to see it real good. But you growing up and you, I guess, trying to show me how to pronounce it. And it's still not big enough for me to read it. I would like that. Oh, that is awesome. My email is in the description of this video. Do go to that email and send me an email message where we can talk and chat privately or something like that, if you like. I remember your name, M-A, like L-K-A, T. So I know, when I see it, I know it's you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this web piecing. And this is why. Okay. I flipped it. This one over. Can you see that? Kind of mix up these colors. Blue on this end and then blue on this side at the back. Now that's what I want. And the reason I am not doing a full web piece block is because I didn't use scrappy blocks. These are some I do have cut and put in a one of these pretty Dollar Tree boxes. Then I'm trying to make sure these are seams nest. And by me not pinning them, ooh, don't sew up my finger. All right. Now I'm going to cut some more of these seams loose so I can put it back together the way I want it to appear. When I get it, see that? They ain't all just going back on top of one looking like a strip. So now I just got to press this seam open. And y'all, since I got that Hercules, I really, really, really want to just sit down and cut up me so much many more blocks. I don't want to overdo it, but I do want to cut up a bunch of them. I'm doing she don't know I'm on a live right now. All right. I got that pressed open. So I just flip it around. Like this. Add this in. Oh my goodness. I probably should have took her call. Cause Lord knows I don't want to miss no crochet thread. I got a few rugs I made. But I ain't really been showing them to anyone. I'm just making them and put them away. I just keep busy. All right. Trim this last row off. I've been really thinking about how would this look doing it with some blue jeans. Look at that. I'm getting close, y'all. Let me press this seam open. This go even if you new and you want to make a pattern. If you're going to make a pattern, you got to remember to add a 1/4 inch seam allowance to every line that you're going to have to sew to make a seam out of. And you can get a 1/4 inch ruler off of Amazon, or even Temu might have them. That helps you to add that 1/4 inch to whatever pattern you drew with your hand, or you just go around every edge you have to cut and add that 1/4 inch, because just as sure if you got to sew it together, you need that 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I have this one done, and now I will add my last one. And I'm just using this fabric here to kind of show y'all this quick, simple, and easy technique that it'll be great for beginners. You just learning how to quilt or sew, and you was looking for a pattern or a design. You start off with these 2.5 inches, which is the same as 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches of fabric cut all around. All right, press this one out. I used to have my stuff laid out though, y'all. I get it cut up and I pull it out when I'm ready to sew. And I still got a whiteboard somewhere. I will put Monday, I'm sewing blocks. Tuesday, I'm sewing crumbs. Wednesday, I'm sewing. I just had a list on and going. I had it where if I'm working on star blocks, I put it in the week. Wednesday, Thursday, I'm sewing soy blocks. That means from the time I get up out of the bed, whether it's 4 o'clock in the morning to the time I lay down, which could be 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening time. And I will be sitting there making blocks all day long. Sometimes I wouldn't even get up to cook or eat or nothing. Just sit there and do it. And when I think about, okay, the day about to get over, let me run down here to Burger King and grab me some of their little nuggets and some fried that'll hold me over. That's how I used to do it. Now I gotta watch what I eat. I gotta be careful what I put in their mouth. All right, give me some steam. Now iron the back. Make sure everything is open. And the way I like to do this is, it's a finished block. Let me go under here. See? A finished block. Now, as you can see, it needs shaping up because it have some dips and crevices and cradles. That just have to trim it up. And once you trim it up, you got you a block. Now, once I trim them up, I can take these two and just connect them together like this, where there'll be two. Ooh, let me let y'all go. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank you for watching. Please give me the thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and like. And you can also go back and to the history and watch some of the past videos that will help my channel out a lot. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for being here with me today. And if you have any questions, I left my email in the description of this video. I would definitely respond to your question. Get back with you. The thread I'm using is some white 40 weight polyester. And I'm going to show you the top. I got this thread here from Temu. Can y'all see that? This is one cone of Temu thread, and I love the shine it give off, and it's strong and durable. And I actually purchased more than just one stool. I got like a couple boxes of them, and I didn't set them around me. Imagine that. I be hiding stuff from myself, y'all. Excuse me, but I'm hiding stuff from myself, and that makes me frustrated. And y'all know why, but it frustrates me because I know I have a problem. I have 2 tumors in my head, y'all. And I promise you, I kind of knew something was going on 3 years back, but it didn't dawn on me that I was really physical sick or something was wrong up there. And I cried a lot. I'm going to tell y'all, I really did. I cried a lot because I'm like, why would I do that? Or why would I hide this from myself? Or what's going on? I bet y'all I done bought a lot of stuff 2 or 3 times over. And packed it up, took it to storage. Pack it up, take it to storage. I have 2 wooden heaters, y'all. Well, actually, they're wooden stoves I purchased on Amazon. They on Amazon right now today for like $14 and something. And the first time I ordered one, it came in the mail in a package. And I picked it up, it's in that blue and white little plastic envelope. And I said, what is this they done sent me? I said, oh, this must be that stove. And I tossed it aside. I said, because it wasn't put together. I wound up taking that stove, still in the envelope, out to the storage, and then came back a few months later or a year later and ordered the same stove again. I didn't take it to the storage. It's still here with me. I wind up opening that package and putting it together and went outside and started a fire in it. I sure did. I had to start that fire in it because I felt like I'm not going to repeat the same mistake. And I don't know how many of y'all might feel like that too, but I couldn't repeat the same mistake. I'm not trying. If I have done it or did it, y'all forgive me. I apologize right here and right on camera because I have some issues going on up here. As soon as I can get my surgery, which I was told I can get it in November, so I can heal and have some cake for Christmas. And we just gonna pray and see how that work out. But yeah, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff. My plate is so full. It's like it got steaks and pork chop and goat meat and turkey and smoked fish and everything all to pile up together. And I'm like, okay. And I'm literally that slow, y'all. Y'all heard it from my mouth, right? I'm that slow because whatever going on up here. I'm the person that used to can add stuff up in her head. I can go in the store and tell the cashier how much tax I gotta pay on my grocery. I'm already knowing how much I'm finna spend. And it just, when you're going through different stuff, it gets snatched. And you have to practice more and work on it. So, hi, Dora Camarina. She said, hi, Ellen. So glad to catch you live. Thank you for coming in. I'm actually getting ready to close this out. I done made a couple of these 2.5-inch blocks here. They got to be squared up. But right now, I'm just going to put them in a pile, stack them up, and every chance I get, when I get a break, I'm going to come down here and sew some more and keep me a pile of these so-called orphan blocks. Just like I have, oh, where it at? This my box. Just a minute here. I keep my arrow field close to me, y'all. I've been had this a while. Oh, boy. Here it goes. Remember, I got these spools from Temu, and I did a lot of my crumb piecing, and I made them into a wide strips, about maybe 5 inches wide strips, and I fold them and I ironed them. Then I put them on this spool, and I got a pin in them. I got a few spools of these that I had done and saved up, but I ain't been able to get back to working on it, and might been over, might be about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I'm not exactly sure when I started doing this, but I do have a video down in the history with me doing this, showing y'all how to preserve some fabric by using scrap pieces to make wider pieces, and you can use it in something else later. Yeah, I do have a history video of that. And then the blocks. I think I have over 395 videos, plus videos, down in the history showing different tips and techniques and sewing with friends and a whole lot of other stuff. Just want to share that with y'all. So thank you for watching. Thank you for coming in. I'm gonna let you go. But who is that saying? Sandy, is that Sandy Egger? Ellen, I told her can relate. Don't be too hard on yourself. Thank you. I sure appreciate you saying that. I really do. She also says, I will be praying for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I can use all the prayers I can get, y'all. I mostly share my life with y'all. Sometimes I need to vent, and sometimes I would just lay on it, sleep a few nights on it, ask myself, do I really need to put this out there on my channel? Do I really need to do that? And sometimes I just say, well, I got this channel to share my journey. And my journey consists of my sewing and my health, because if my health go bad, I can't sew. And to be authentic about it, I just tell y'all what's going on with me. Some days I can't even make videos, but I feel like things has been getting a little better for me. But at the same time, I got other issues and other stuff going on that's like I'm up on this side and down on this side, like that little lawyer scale. Like I got to try to balance that scale out, and it's not easy, but I keep praying and I keep worshiping and I keep moving forward. That I'ma always do. Um, Is that Mika? No, Mika. Well, I know it's growing up. Wish you wellness. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed and do pray for me. Y'all have a blessed day now. Bye. Bye.